Are you serious? Are you serious? Thank you and welcome to Patreon, and thank you for being a subscriber to my Patreon channel. 5G. 5G, don't 5G me! And it's insane, guys, but we've got some information I want to share with you right now. There's 3 little communities here in the West Lafayette area that they've got the 5G system and they just rolled it out on the people. Dayton, Indiana, which only has 1,438 people in it, has 5G permeating them right now. Another little town called Shadeland, Indiana, has 5G permeating them. There's Dayton. That little spot outside of West Lafayette, outside of Lafayette, Indiana, got 5G, and those people are being permeating with it without, permeate. I mean, they're saturated is the word. And then there's a little bitty town called Montmorency, which has only 200. There's Shadeland with a little Baptist church. Looks like now it's called the Quilter's Harvest. This little dinky town, little dinky area on the suburbs of West Lafayette has T-Mobile's 5G. And then there's one more little bitty dinkier, even smaller community called Montmorency. Right there, it's just you blink, you're through it. Population 271 people, but they set them up completely with a 5G system. Okay, there's only 30 houses or something. I mean, just blink, you're through. But 5G is there, not the rest of the area. So why did they choose these 3 areas? And of course, 5G's coming in. There's other little areas like that around the country. Here's the deal. T-Mobile's 5G network here in the Lafayette area chose these 3 little dinky communities, and they launched the T-Mobile marked another big step in its nationwide 5G rollout, officially lighting up the Lafayette area and the surrounding area there from Montmorency to Dayton to Shadeland. The citizens of the greater Lafayette area can now access 5G via the exclusive OnePlus 7T Pro 5G phone or the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 5G phone, the first 2 phones in the wireless industry to work on an honest-to-goodness nationwide 5G. It has arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, 5G's arrived with its megahertz of power and radiation. Now, we've been building toward this day for a really long time, and as someone who works in the area, this man said it's incredibly rewarding to bring the community to a technology that has the potential to close the digital divide and level the playing field for rural America, said Craig Irondale, field technician for T-Mobile. Today marks the beginning, not the end. As we add more cell sites and continue to build out our 5G network in the Lafayette area, the wireless experience is only going to get better and better and better, but it's going to also inundate the population with with 600 megahertz and more. The very heart of the wireless service is based on the spectrum, invisible highways. Keep that, Brock. That picture was great because in the atmosphere, the transport voice, the data from the phone to the cell site, the first nationwide 5G rollout from T-Mobile and the network in Lafayette, Indiana is based on a spectrum band called 600 megahertz, also referred to as the low band spectrum. It provides a foundational layer to T-Mobile's 5G download speeds. Okay, on T-Mobile's phone, it will be 20% faster than LTE. It will be about 15 times faster than 4G, which look at that, there's 4G, there's 5G. Okay, so massively more faster and, of course, massive more inundation, saturation. Let's hope it's not increased radiation. Well, I was trying my best to get a hold of Rex Bear all afternoon. Just couldn't. I wanted to bring him into this Patreon channel, and I will do that as soon as I get a hold of him, because I'll bring him back to give you a real clear understanding of the 5G technology. But matter of fact, Rex Bear at the Leak Project actually did a great video. I can't play it all because it's like 15 minutes long, but can I play about 4 minutes of it? Just to show you, and you know, Rex, he's studying this stuff very intently. He's a very bright guy. He's extremely intelligent. And let's just go and check this out. Here's Rex Bear from the Leak Project. Rex Bear from the Leak Project, and he's parked outside of a hospital and medical clinic, and he's concerned because he's got his Geiger counter, and he's able to tell you how much levels of radiation are flowing in that area because it's an area of 5G. Here we go. Here's Rex Bear.
Warning, warning, 5G radiation. Ladies and gentlemen, Rex Bear Leak Project, how the heck are you? Hope you're having a fantastic day today. I just wanted to show you, I've got an acoustometer right here that actually tests the EMF levels, the EMF radiation, and it's more designed to pick up like microwave radiation. So this will pick up everything. You can see down here the frequency range from 200 megahertz up to 8 gigahertz. So if you've studied the different frequency bands, 1 megahertz, if you were to just take 1 megahertz, that's 1 million cycles per second. That's 1 million cycles per second. The Schumann resonance, which is the average heartbeat of the world, is about 7.83. Now that fluctuates quite a bit. That goes all over the place. It spiked up to 78 just a few days ago. Actually, on the 19th, it spiked up to 78, which is pretty substantial. But this, as you can see right here, just hit 15,000 milliwatts per square meter.
What?
So 15,000 milliwatts per square meter is about 1,500 times safe levels.
What?
According to several studies that have been done throughout the years. When you're outside, you really don't want to be getting hit with more than 10 milliwatts per square meter. Now, realistically, there is a medical center in front of me. There's a there's a hospital, a medical center. So there's multitudes of buildings around the cell tower, which is literally right there. Let me show you this. This is disturbing.
Are you serious, Rex? Are you serious?
That's my opinion, of course. So you see it? You see that cell tower right there? Do you see the hospital? Okay, there's the hospital. There's the cell tower. And then there's the medical center. So when people get sick, they go to the hospital. People get sick, and they get blasted with EMF radiation. What's wrong with this picture? So this is what you can do to protect yourself from EMF radiation. This literally blocks EMF radiation. I have been designing these with Julian the architect. If you go to tinfoilcap.co, you can see this one right here. This is a stealth carbon hat that has an EMF liner built. I've got the EMF liner tucked into it. You can actually pull the EMF liner out as well. But these liners will block low frequencies and they'll block high frequencies. So they'll block all the way down into the thousands of hertz range, which is pretty low, all the way up into 30 gigahertz. 30 gigahertz. Now that's 30 billion hertz. That's 30 billion cycles per second. The 5G that you've been told about, the 5G is a multitude of spectrums. It's called 5G because it's the 5th generation of communications. And 5G is going to be using frequencies as low as 600 megahertz all the way up to 60 gigahertz, I've read in some reports, and higher. The 5G will have the capability to run 200 gigahertz. And if you research these different frequency bands, just look up 60 gigahertz and what 60 gigahertz can do to oxygen. Look up what 200 gigahertz can do. Look up what directed energy weapon systems use. Now, let's talk about it for a minute. 5G right now is still in its infancy. 5G right now is not around the world. There is a lot of misconceptions about what 5G actually is. 5G is 5th generation communications. If you have a router that's 5G, you've got a router that's going to be pushing 5 gigahertz. Now, 5 gigahertz is just a frequency band. That's a high frequency band. That's 5 billion cycles per second. Your microwave's probably going anywhere from 800 megahertz all the way up to maybe 2.5 gigahertz. It's running at a very high wattage. It's going to be blocked off, so it's like a Faraday cage. But how do you like being exposed to radiation? This is one thing you can do. You can get these liners at tinfoilcap.co. This liner is a Nephilim liner. As you can see, it's a larger liner. You can put in your hats. You can wrap around your router. You can wrap around your phone. So this thing just hit 13,000 milliwatts per square meter. 13,000 milliwatts per square meter.
Whoa, wait a minute. We'll come back to Rex in just 1 second. But did you hear what he said? Okay, when you get down to it. Rex Bear is sitting in his van just outside of a hospital and a medical center in the middle of a triangular 5G band communication area. He shows you where one of the towers are. And he is setting in more megahertz of power running through him than if you were inside your microwave. In other words, if we put you in a microwave, turned it on, not to microwave you, not the same type of energy, but just the amount of megahertz going through you, he's sitting in more than in your microwave. Okay, you have to understand what he's trying to break down for you. Massive amount of energy, no protection at all. And this is what Rex Bear is trying to get across. And so, of course, he's going to show you, he's got some liners you can put in your hat. He's got some gear and some things he sells that's all good. Matter of fact, I watched one of his things where he was showing you how much radiation just comes from a normal phone, and then he wrapped the phone in this liner and did it again, and it dropped it way, way, way down. So the product he has, the technology that he has actually works to help shield you from the radiation of 5G. Because one day, we're all going to be walking around in a 5G world. We're never going to get out of the microwave, okay? It's just going to be on us every day. That's what he's basically saying. Do we know what the long-term effects of that is? Are you serious? Let's go back to Rex Bear. Let him finish here a little bit. A couple more minutes.
Let me show you. I'm going to show a few things to you. If you like to be stylish, we've got these really cool caps, right? So you got this one right here. This has got the flat bill. This is a very high-end fabric. These are limited editions. This is the McFly Stealth with the flat bill, as you can see here. The liners you can remove. These do come with liners. These are available at tinfoilcap.co. We've only got a few of these left. This is the original tinfoil cap. This is the TFCC model. These come with liners that are removable as well. We've only got like 5 of these left, either 5 or 7 of these left. Only a few of these. These are all handmade in the United Kingdom, and we test the materials for to make sure that they work efficiently.
And he's got a lot more stuff to it. He goes on and tells you all about that. If you go to his YouTube channel, the Leak Project, you can watch this exact video, and we'll put the link here on Patreon. So you check it out. But Rex does a great job, and we'll bring Rex on and actually interview him on a Patreon here in the next few days, and let him give a better, slower, precise understanding of this technology. But what I'm trying to say to you today is, why in the world did they choose these 3 little communities just on the suburbs of Lafayette and West Lafayette, Indiana? Why was Shadeland? Why was Dayton? And why was Montemorsini, Indiana? These 3 little locations. Think about the people living in Montemorsini, Indiana. 271 people. They are right now inside the microwave, okay? They're inside the 5G. It don't matter if they got the phone or not. You don't even have to have the T-Mobile. You know, if you, let's say you got whatever you're using, AT&T or Verizon or whatever, and you're not even connected to the system, it don't matter. You're inside the grid. And once you're inside the grid, it's coming, okay? It's coming from every direction. Now, that's just outside of Lafayette, West Lafayette, Indiana. And I'm going to drive through that grid probably 3 times a week. I don't even know I'm doing it. soon that grid will expand, and then it will expand, and then it will expand, and eventually it will cover the area, and eventually it will cover the northern part of Indiana. Eventually it will cover the state of Indiana, and eventually the United States, and then the world will be living inside the 600 megahertz or 200 gigahertz 5G technology. This has been a Patreon video that I think was very important. And so what do you do, Pastor? This is why you need to know Psalms 91. Not only because of coronavirus, not only because of Ebola, not only because of bubonic plague, not only because of all kinds of cancers. Do we know what the cancers this is going to cause? We don't have a clue what this is going to do to the human bodies. We're going to live in a faster technical world, but we might also have a shorter lifespan. I will thank you guys for watching this Patreon video. Give your life to Jesus Christ, and this is why you need to know how to protect yourself by the blood of Jesus Christ. Or you might want to get some of these products that the Leak Project has with Rex Bear. God bless all of you. Or maybe do both. Are you serious?